pull out for this one, whether or not we'll see some fireworks like we saw in that one, Eddie.
Yeah, definitely. And honestly, I feel like that with our boost have very good mental going into this game. But to take into account that, sure, they beat the German Academy on the flag map. I mean, Speedrun did that too. So it's not like they haven't taken out opponents that they weren't expected to beat, both of them. So it's going to be tight. It's going to be really tight. And it all comes down to the movement of the teams, I think.
How have I never noticed that the windmill on Twin Peaks are actually dragon wings?
What? Really?
Yeah, it's on screen now. How? I'd never realised that was the case.
Actually, I'm not gonna lie. I said that. I thought you meant just the windmill in general. But that's so sick.
Yeah, it is actually. Ooh.
I've never noticed that before. There we go. So production not only giving us all the action, but also giving us little bits that we may not have noticed in these maps. How do they keep them rigid?
I don't know. I mean, they got so much detail into these maps as well, and I mean that's just a shout out to Blizzard as well. They had reworks as well of both Arathi Basin and Warzone Gods again, updating him a little to a newer standard, so the map doesn't look 15 years old if we take a look at Classic, for example. But honestly, yeah, quickly looking at the compositions, we see the Shadow play again from without boost. I'm not quite sure if Shadow is my favorite pick on an FC map. It works great in defense, but is it enough? I feel like it's offensive that will win this game.
I mean, you've got to take a look. I was just sorry to interrupt you there, Licker. I was going to say also take a notice. We've got Revzy on the Demon Hunter, but we've got Shadow Death on the DK. What is that going to do on this map, Licker?
Well, as we saw in the flag map game between these two in their first series of the day, he absolutely took out Revzy. Revzy was unable to handle. Well, not handle, so he was unable to connect. He completely took him out of the game, completely made his damage and his impact minimalistic. So I imagine they're going to take the same approach. However, this map might be a little bit more difficult. It's a lot more open, a lot more places to jump to, dash to, but we're getting straight into the team fight here. You can see there's no posturing like there is on Warsong Gorge. The barrier comes out immediately from Harley X, and that's brilliant. And ABC put his down on the on Sublex's spear, and you can see Revzy just in the background. He's just waiting patiently, waiting for when he thinks maybe he can sense it out when the Guardian's going to be coming past, and that will be and he's just waiting for that moment, right, Eddie?
Revzy hiding currently in a tree here, hoping to waiting to see who's going to come by. Revzy, the Demon Hunter troll, trying to find out exactly who's going to be crossing his bridge. We'll find out if his bark is worse than his bite in just a moment. We do actually see Troy's, obviously, and we've seen this from a couple of these teams where they've got the Boomkin on these early pickups. Eleno obviously going for it as well. And Eddie, how do you feel about this with these Boomkins picking up these early flags that we've seen pretty much from every single team on these maps so far?
I like the idea if it results in the enemy tank picking and you going on him. If that is not the case, then I don't like it. Then you're just throwing people into the sink and to die, right? But in this case, right, if he gets the swap, which he did, it's a very good situation, and Ulahinhos already uses Incarn as well, customer support, following him back to his space, so very, very strong defense we see here. We didn't see the Rogue in D before, but Ulahinho now, the Incarn will soon run out. I'm sure we're going to trade another wall for stopping the damage coming, but again, looking at Hapek, the other Guardian in this game, Okay, he's crossing now. I assume we will see the Incarn as well.
Yeah, exactly. You've got to imagine that would be coming out soon, just getting across the map as quickly as they possibly can.
Yeah.
So personally, I think he's done the smart thing. So customer support used the stun DRs on him a little bit too early, and the rest of Speedrun couldn't connect to him, so there was no real necessity to be using that Incarn preemptively for when they might go on offense. But you can see Troy's popping the combo now, instant barrier coming out of Harley X, and even the Iron Bar from Lera, and that's a little bit of an overlap. He is ensured to be alive right now, but DJ goes down in a flash of a second.
Yeah, we've spoken about how important the offense is versus the defense on these maps. And one thing that I would say is that Speedrun have kind of had a really solid defense, but their communication seems to have potentially been missing on a couple of these. And we're actually taking a look. Without Booster kind of got a little bit of a little bit of time here to kind of relax and take a look at what's going on. Meanwhile, Ulheno under complete pressure from Without Boost, but it does seem to be staggering. Customer support, though, is doing what they can. It does appear as though we actually have this Guardian Druid kind of completely on their own, Havoc doing what they can, but I don't think it's quite working out for them.
No, it definitely isn't. And honestly, right now, seeing Without Boost dying in offensive, I would very much like Tugra and customer support, just leave. You're not gonna kill that Guardian. You should just leave now, wait for your reinforcements, and outman them. Like, there's no reason going in to try. Look, there are 2 players trying to kill this, right? Okay, very good reaction now for customer support. It looks like he's trying to kite away, but there's just no point in them trying to take these fights. Like, even with Lirolol here, the enemy is spawning, and let's say that without Boost end up killing this offensive, then they have the momentum.
Yeah, even if they pick up onto a cheeky kill onto Faller, it's only 5 stacks and he's right on top of the graveyard where Fashion and ABC have just recently spawned. And personally, I think it's no issue for them. These are big stars are just coming in, getting pumped though. The sacrifice just coming from Faller and the bop onto himself and the Avenging Crusade. So now they're running quite low, and that's a great clone from Lerolo. The pre-bomb out of the Cyclone, but Faller has that all covered along with Fashion, and that's great teamwork from them, understanding the situation and seeing what was happening there.
Yeah, they knew exactly what danger to look out for, and they were able and ready to kind of respond to that even before it came out. I mean, you take a look at Ulheno, the amount of pressure coming in from them is pretty strong. Customer support dropping low as well, trying to do what they can to potentially get this, this team out there. ABC there is currently doing what they can to keep up the pressure. DJ there as well, but Ulheno looking very relaxed in that position. And actually, between these two teams, I'd say that they're both in relatively good. They're both at a relatively good stage here on Twin Peaks, but again, as we've seen on some of the maps previously, the first team to blink is usually the team that then ends up getting the momentum moving forward.
Yeah.
And one thing I think none of you have noticed, except now Revsi is defending Ulheno, but if you recall, just for the last 5 minutes of gameplay, have you seen the enemy DK? No. But have you seen Revsi? No, and that means this DK has been following Revsi for 5 minutes now, and that's why Revsi, he died and spawned in his space going in to help Ulheno, right? And honestly, I think this DK from Without Boost is playing exceptionally well. He's tracking Revsi again. I wouldn't wonder if he's running straight to Revsi right now on mount as well. Look, he mounted. Yeah, he's going straight for him. He knows his target, and honestly, it's just perfect gameplay from this D.
Yeah, and I don't think Shadow Death has been getting enough attention. He's been playing this absolutely impeccably. There is no one else on the defense team right now, Eddie, for me, that is actually doing anything as much impactful except the healers who are keeping him alive, obviously. He's taking Revsi out of the game. That kill potential, you know, as a tank yourself, when you have a Demon Hunter on top of you, you're telling me, Licro, I need you to help me get this person off. Someone please come back and help me. And it's a very... And, well, Shadow Death knows the assignment and he's taking it.
We're also in that position that we saw with speedrunning a couple of the flag maps earlier, is that they do have both of the Disc Priests there defending Ulheno. And you've got to imagine that at some point, one of those Disc Priests is going to have to step forward and give them the edge in their offense against Without Boost, because... again, it's a real struggle for them, because Without Boost seem to have both of their healers coming with them, and in the end, it's going to really pay off for them. But this Shadow Priest is getting absolutely destroyed here by Sublex. It looks as though he is going to be able to survive, but again, we've ended up with this standoff, and neither team really seems to be making the pressure tell. We're seeing a couple of kills here, and again, you mentioned Eddie, Revsi kind of getting taken out of the game completely by Shadow Death on that DK, but it does seem to be we're in a standoff where both teams are fully aware of the situation. Whoever loses this drops out of the tournament, and they're almost too scared to really step forward and put pressure on their opponents.
Yeah, and when this warrior is connecting onto Ulheno, I am always so worried for him. This guy just produced so much consistent damage. You've already got the barrier thrown out. Ulheno just sidestepping into it. You got Troy's thrown out the off-field. You got the perfect example. Thrown out the paint stick already. Neither the discs have any cooldowns now. And these Radiances, they have a bit of a longer cooldown, 15, 20 seconds, something like that. Ulheno goes down. The warrior's been waiting down there. That is a perfect call. He knew. Oh, and he gets back up. Perfect play there. Perfect grip from Zone Harley X. They're going to come around, and it's quite a scary position. He could die in this spear, Eddie.
Yeah, he definitely could. And
No, right there.
I again, like as you say, he dies in the spear, and why is he dying in the spear? What are they doing in defense? They are just face tanking damage. Now I understand if it's your plan, but you just can't. Like it's cooldown after cooldown after cooldown. You saw it, 1 PS, 2 PS, 1 barrier, 2 barrier, and then he's gone, right? And honestly, that's the first capture without boost, and now it turns into the mid game, and we all know in the mid game, well, the Guardian, he's just gonna wait for the enemy to come close to capping, and then he picks it up, right? And honestly, again, it doesn't look great, and I don't understand their decisions of going so heavy D if they can't wipe them anyways.
Yeah, take a look now. We see without boost 1-0 up here on Twin Peaks. Just under 11 minutes left on this map. Sublex doing what they can, potentially taking this Guardian Druid and stopping them from racing across the map. I'd like to point out as well that we've once again ended up in a situation where the amount of pressure that is coming through on Oleno, these Disc Priests doing a great job in actually keeping Oleno alive, but outside of that, they're not returning much pressure onto the offense. We're seeing, obviously, we're seeing Troy's going through, we're seeing the Shadow Priest going through, we're seeing the Arms Warrior going through, putting every single part of their pressure that they can on Oleno, whereas, and this is something that you pointed out, Eddie, we haven't seen Revsy being able to put pressure onto the Guardian Druid for without boost in any way, shape, or form. And it's because of Shadow Death, I believe. Shadow Death is just stopping him at every opportunity.
And if we could quickly clip to his point of view as well, I think he have found Revsy, and Revsy is calling for help. Look, customer support is going to help him as well. Revsy is not having fun this game, completely cancelling out his gameplay. This is though a fine situation for Ulahenio. He got the flag here. He can save his cooldowns for when he gets to middle. Hopefully he can get gripped once or twice before committing the incant. But then again, Revsy going for Shadow Death here. I think he will drop down though. But then again, 20 seconds and he's back on you.
Yeah, absolutely. And we all know these Death Knights, Kissy Fashion, I wouldn't be surprised. They even bring the smoke bomb out. That is how committed they are. That's how committed they are to trying to get rid of this DK. And now they say customer support knows that he can't wait too much longer to be getting onto the FC. He's been waiting too long. He needs to be on the hunt again. Olehino's coming in, customer support following close back. But you got DJ there, he's waiting to pounce. Once this Incarn fades, then he's going to be straight on him, unless he goes and opts for the German Academy, as we saw, and try and play that defense a little bit. But Hapik running into customer support, I expect him to get over. ABC, what a fantastic grip with the Shadow Step. But then you got the barrier coming out from Sona and Olehino already, Eddie, and that's already a one frenzy regen. That's already the Bark skin, and he doesn't have a wall for 25 seconds. This could be trouble, but Harley still has the PS and the barrier.
I want to point out though, Shadow Death is currently in this battle here. Shadow Death is not paying attention to Revsy. That means that Revsy can potentially get across the map and get towards the Guardian Druid for without boost, which once again is what we want to see. We want to see that uptime. Shadow Death is moving out, I believe, though. Let's take a look. So yeah, Shadow Death moving out, looking at keeping an eye here, trying to make sure that Revsy is not getting on them. And once again, here comes Shadow Death. And if I'm Revsy, I'm going to be sick of the sight of Death Knights by the end of this game.
Yeah, he's definitely not having a lot of fun this game. But you can't be mad at Shadow Death for doing his job and doing it well. That's, as we say, he's doing exactly what... When you invite a Death Knight, this is the exact kind of thing that me or Eddie would want to be seeing our Death Knight do. And this is what separates the good Death Knights from the best Death Knights. They just understand.
There it is.
And look
shackled,
at him.
Shackled the DH. Both, but once again, I do want to point out on the side of Speedrun, both of the pain suppressions have been used again. So once again, Oleno is going to have to be doing a lot of kiting over the next couple of minutes because there's almost no cooldowns available for him. And they want to go for this face tanking strategy, but they just don't have the cooldowns to get through it.
He's going to go down again.
And he just gets absolutely destroyed. He gets destroyed by the Shadow Priest. The flag. Oh no, the
Tigra. Oh, Tigra nearly saving the day once again. But now he's free. He could even press the Incarn if he really wanted to. But the double, Soul Dash, whatever it's called, he's got this cap. And without boost, once again, it's just, you can't play double disc Resto Druid on flag maps. I'm still yet to see Speedrun win a flag map today, I think.
And I can't believe that he survived that. He was on less than 1%. He must have been on less than 1%. That was ridiculous that he survived that. The Convoke from Tigra was just unreal, taking him down, chunking him hard, but just didn't work out. And Eleno, here we go, crossing the map once again, looking at potentially picking up the flag, but dropping back. Not sure, trying to take their time here, but this has been played beautifully by Without Boost, but you've got to say that Speedrun have kind of, a couple of their decisions, especially with this double disc priest on a flag carrier map, just has not been working for them.
No, it definitely hasn't been working, even though in theory the double barrier may be worth it because it has a longer direction than a sec. But honestly, like their strategy to go three defensive or 3 DPS in defense, it's a good strategy, but it requires you to run around and slow healers and kill overextenders, and they're doing the opposite. They're standing still and eating every damage spell that's available in this game. And honestly, Revsy here, maybe him and Customer can get a pick here, because Ula Henyo is close in the base. Divinovic coming in well, and he has no healers here. Happy here, maybe he will get out to his healer here in the middle though. But honestly, like, yeah, I mean, I'm slightly disappointed. I feel like they need to be more aggressive speedrun, and I also feel like they just like picking the flags when the game is equal and force the race, and then they are behind if they pick first.
I mean, this Shadow Priest pick has been absolutely fantastic as well, because the damage they have been channeling into Eleno has been unreal whenever he has this flag.
Absolutely. I think Mick is an absolute unbelievable component to this team. He is so good at his class. He knows exactly how to play it, and look how comfortable with their boost are. They're even kiting into Speedrun's base. They know the win condition. They're just trying to get away from people. They're running through it completely uncontested. Revsy now dives onto him, but I'm sure you're going to see Shadow Death come in to give him the assist. Tiger's there, but he's got the assist of Faller, and there you go. You can see Mick and Shadow Death instantly grips Revsy, and you can't help but feel sorry for him, while Mick absolutely tears apart Tigra. This is absolutely phenomenal coming from Without Boost, and I can't wait to see how this game pans out. They've got 5 minutes left, 2 caps ahead, and personally I see it going in the way of Without Boost. Speedrun's trying to kill Shadow Death, but this guy is a clear king, and I love this guy, and I don't even know him actually.
If they get Shadow Death down, yes, congratulations, you've got Shadow Death down. You now have 20-25 seconds of, free movement around the map. But what is that going to do when you have a Shadow Priest that is melting the skin off a bear, with Eleno just dropping lower and lower every single time with these stacks of the flag? And again, it just feels as though it feels like they want to play a style of just, constantly rotating cooldowns to Eleno, constantly really smashing through there. Eleno moving into the flag, thinking they're going to get an instant capture. This has happened a couple of times, and every single time it hasn't worked out. DJ just opening up. We're seeing Sublex there potentially helping out, and once again in comes Shadow Death. Revsy is just being under control, and Shadow Death is just standing there and just going, okay, I'm just going to focus. My job here is just to keep Revsy with me, and Revsy is doing everything he can, and it just is not working for him. This is not looking good for Speedrun.
Yeah, and even the decision when Revsy and Sublex chose to kill the DK, when they kill the DK on their side of the map, the DK will just spawn back in his own space. So sure, you kill him and get away, but you're running straight into him again. So the situation just changed. Now Hapik here taking a lot of damage. Revsy coming in. We might see the hunt here as well. Oh, he got cancelled. Oh, he's dead. This is 1-1 maybe. Yeah, it is.
It is? Okay. They've got 3 minutes left. This could be a speed cap. You could see Tiger. I can already see Tiger on the other side of the map. He's looking for that speed cap where he can flap to the other side, and Ulhina will be waiting for him. Oh no, Eddie.
We need to switch to Revsy right now. Revsy needs to get on the graveyard. He needs to stop Hapik. If they can stop the Guardian here on the graveyard, this would be crucial, because that would force a Booby to pick, and then they're in the swap situation, and we all know swaps there 50-50. Yeah, we see Revsy here. He got away from this.
Hyoka's on him. Hyoka's on him though, Eddie. I'm sorry
to the target.
Yeah, they know the target. They know the win condition here. As long as Revsy does not get free and he does not get a dispel, you can see Hapik on the right. He's trying to avoid him. He's cutting around him. Revsy trying desperately to get him out, but it's just not going to happen. Hapik can see where he is. He chooses a different path to get to the flag room, and that is crucial. And Hyoka is absolutely This is.
This
I
is
don't
huge. I mean, Revsy doing what they can, but it doesn't seem it has gone over to Oleno. Revsy just getting absolutely annihilated by the rest of the team there. Hasn't quite worked out for them, but Hapik hasn't actually managed to get over for the flag yet. So once again, if they can slow down Hapik, Oleno is going to get across here, and we could end up with 2-2 on this last map here. We could be seeing another game 4. We're going to have to wait because Oleno is going to have to go through almost the entire team of without boost, which is going to be really, really rough. The slows available there. We do see Tigra going in as well. Oh my god, customer support doing what they can to keep this locked down.
There's no way. There is no way. No. Oh my god.
Did he do it?
He got it.
They
He got the
managed to
flag.
pick it.
That is so close. That would have been the most clutch thing I think I have seen in the last 5 years of playing RBG. That was absolute quality. But now they feel like they've got some pressure. Ulahino's sat on the flag spot. Sona comes back for the defense. Revs is on him. But But we all know.
Right now, Ulahino is screaming, everyone offensive, after him. Every healer go. I don't need healing. We are losing the game anyway. They are all going for him. This comes down to the last seconds. I think.
Oh my god.
This is time.
I'm on the edge of my seat right here, Eddie.
This is absolutely incredible. Hapik trying to get away. Revsy was chasing him down, saying, "Where is your Death Knight friend now?" But there he is. In comes the Chains of Ice, slowing Revsy, and that might be it. Once again, getting that grip in. He is able to get away.
Tigra!
This is huge.
They killed
Just
Tigra!
look. They killed Tigra. That's huge. I mean, take a look at the chase that's going on here, but nobody's getting close to him. Hapik is really... He's managed to get... He's even more ground. We do see DJ ahead as well. 10 seconds left in this. This is probably going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. This is huge.
Gosh.
What a fantastic game here from both of these teams, but without boost, taking it down to the wire. They are drilling everything they can into Hapik. He's going to be able to survive. They have all of the cooldowns, and then they go 20 minutes in without boost, take the victory. They move on to the grand final to face off against Need Hard to Talk Me. What a game between those two teams. And Lickro, I think you hit the nail on the head, because if they were able to get that cap there with that stun setup that they had on Hapik, it would have been incredible.
That really would. That was down to the last minute. Until those last 15 seconds, I was unsure. And that is exactly... Well, I mean, you can see me in edit. I feel like I've just ran a marathon. I'm out of breath after seeing that. That really took my breath away. Absolute fantastic gameplay. And now, honestly, I want to just hop onto the ladder and play RBG. This is really getting everyone hyped up. I know it's getting me hyped up, Eddie. I don't know about you, but this is absolutely fantastic, and I cannot wait.
Lickro loving every second of that. And Eddie, you kind of pointed out how important that Death Knight pick was in keeping Revers almost under containment. And MVP, you're loving what the Shadow Death was able to pull out on that DK there.
Yeah, and you know what? It just leaves me wondering. Where is their DK? You just saw the performance, and DK, not just this map, every other map we have seen the power of the Chain of Ice. It's not Chain of Ice, it should be renamed to Chain of Jail, because Rev, he was in jail the whole game, and honestly, it just shows the power of the class and how you utilize this utility assassin. And honestly,